So my name's Liv,
I'm Emily.
I'm Sasha.
and I'm personally a DMC major and a sophomore.
I am a DMC and a junior.
I'm communication studies and I'm a sophomore.
Slay. So today we are going to be talking about Harry Styles' new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. I've been waiting for a long time to talk about this album, and I'm very excited to get into it today.
Very, very pumped.
So,
Harold.
yes.
Harold Styles.
Harold Styles.
Harry Styles. So, how long have you guys been a fan of Harry Styles?
So fun fact, I wasn't really like a huge fan of him until 2020, but I've known of him like my entire life since like What Makes You Beautiful, because my sister was a One Direction fan, and she would do this thing where she would be like, okay, we're gonna listen to a One Direction song, you have to guess who's singing what. And so then I finally learned how to be able to distinct each voice, and Harry's was one of my favorites. So
Naturally, of course.
yes.
What about you, Sasha?
Love. Well, you know, I saw a picture of Harry when I was like 6 in a random news article, and I was like, I think that's my first crush. I think I have a crush.
Well, yes, because he is beautiful.
Yeah, like 2011 Harry too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just a little boy, and he's just adorable.
The curly hair.
But anyways, I kind of forgot about him. I was a little bit disloyal. Sorry. But
Hey, that's okay.
it was also my COVID obsession.
Yes.
My sister was obsessed before me, and then she got me into it, and I was kind of just like,
So valid.
oh, okay, well now I'm in the 1D is getting reunited delusion. So then I just have to keep up with all the boys now. So
Right.
especially Harry.
Well,
Of
yes, of course. What about you, Liv?
Okay, full confession time. I was not a One Direction stan when I was younger.
Hey, that's
I
okay.
I feel like I had to rise up and be different, but low-key, like, when I would hear a song, I'd be like, okay, it's got a nice tune to it.
I mean, like, this is kind of a banger.
It's kind of a vibe, you know?
It's kind of a vibe.
And then over time, I was like, wait, I kind of enjoy it, but, like, I have to be, like, casual about it, you know, whatever. Until I found
Can't be
out
like
about
other
this song.
girls.
Right.
So different.
She's different.
But then I heard about the song Olivia. I was like, oh my gosh, it's written about me. My name's
yes,
Olivia.
They actually wrote
Obviously.
it about you.
Of
I was
course.
there when they were writing it.
Exactly.
I know.
right.
It's about Liv Keathly.
It's about me. Hey,
Wow.
guys. So
I
then
didn't
was
know
like,
we were sitting in the room with such a famous person.
It's me.
Yeah, like not a lot of people know that, but I knew that, and I just thought I should tell y'all that song was in fact about Liv Keathly.
Surprise.
Wow.
Fun fact,
Surprise,
guys.
surprise.
But honestly, I got more into Harry Styles like when he released like his Harry Styles album and also his Fine Line album. Oh my gosh, yeah. That was like on every single playlist I had. So.
Oh, Fine Line is definitely one of his
best.
best
dare I
albums
say.
for sure.
Yeah. So
But me personally, I'm a huge debut album girl because it came out on my birthday as well. So
that's valid.
I'm a tad biased, but also no skips on that album.
No
So
skips.
good. None at all. But so now let's get into the tracks themselves. What are our takes on each? What are our favorites, and what are the ones that we maybe didn't like as much? Like one song that we just were like, I could do without it, or it's a skip.
You better all agree with me. Ready, Steady, Go is a bop. Okay.
I would agree. Yeah,
That's
pretty
been
good.
stuck in my head all day. And like, if it was his intention to create a bop, then he created a bop.
well, yes,
He
I
succeeded
agree.
for sure. Yeah.
So good.
I personally have two favorites. My number one is Dance No More. Me personally, I love a good song that's going to make me sit up in my seat and go,
Yeah.
and that song made me do that, and I love Dance No More. And also my second favorite one is American Girls. I don't know what it is he put in that song, but I'm like, it's definitely like one of those songs you scream in the car while driving with your friends.
Absolutely, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for real. And like, he dated an American girl. So I'm like, Harry, you're roasting yourself right now.
No,
but you know,
literally.
Okay.
Literally.
I second that with American Girls. That's definitely my top. I'm like, guys, it's written about us.
It's literally
obviously,
about
you know,
us.
like,
he
what the
wants
heck?
one of us.
No, right. I mean, we're all American,
his girl.
so it has to be, you know. That's definitely my top one. I do feel like it's a summer roll down the windows, like, you know, blasting song. Like, it's so good. There is something in
Right.
that. Second one, Pop. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, yes, pop.
I have to confess to me about it. I have no idea what he's saying.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, yeah, pop. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. It's so good. But I mean, it works and it pops, you know? Like, it's
I mean,
I love it.
Pop pops.
I see what you did there with that one.
What can
No,
what can I say?
No pun intended.
But then also, Coming Up Roses.
Okay, yes, I did like that one.
It's good. It's like one of his only ballads, I feel like, in there.
It's
Right.
a very sweet song. It reminds me of Boyfriends, but Boyfriends is sad, but Coming Up Roses is a sweet song, so it's like a redemption of Boyfriends.
Right.
So that's
It's
just
like-
my take on that.
It's not as, like, synthy either. I feel like a lot of them are very full of, like, synth.
Yes.
You know, how they sound, but it's, like, chill.
Fun fact, I didn't like it when I first listened to it, but then I listened to it a couple more times. I was like, wait, I actually do like this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's
pretty
just
good.
me and you.
Oh, she has it memorized already, guys.
Oh.
Okay. She's a
One
real
thing-
fan.
little karaoke on the pod today.
Well, one thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
me is I will start learning Harry
Yeah.
songs like really fast for some reason. Like my brain just does that.
That's
Yeah.
so fair. I respect it.
I don't know why it just does that. But
Well, now it's the other
Let's-
time when we have to discuss our least favorite songs.
and some people might yell at me.
Uh-oh.
I think season 2 weight loss. Don't come for me. What is that?
I don't know.
Harry, Harry, like,
What is that?
What is that?
what were you?
Yeah.
It has nothing about season 2 weight loss on there. Nothing that pertains to weight loss.
She's like, we're all confused. I don't know
Very
what's going on here.
confused. Have no idea what's happening. But I just feel really weird and loopy after listening to that. So
It's like not bad, but maybe it's just because I'm not a songwriter.
yeah,
The lyrics to me, I'm like, what do the lyrics have to do with season 2 weight loss?
they don't.
Can music experts out there please, like,
Newsflash.
in full seriousness, I think I need like a music expert or somebody who writes songs like frequently to explain to me like what he meant by season 2 weight loss. Sometimes artists will do that where they make songs, but the title of the song makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
And so I feel like this was one of them. Sorry, Harry, I love you forever. But yeah, that was one where I was like, I don't know. And me personally, I'm also with Sasha on that. I don't love season 2 weight loss, but I might also get yelled at for this, but I don't love Carla's song. I don't know why. It's just maybe. Oh, do you like that one?
I'm trying to remember what it sounds like.
She's cooking.
I like, yeah. I
Like,
don't-
it's one of those. I might get yelled at. I've listened to the album like multiple times by now. And Carla's song is one of those where I have hit a point where I'm like, I forget about it. And I'm like, live,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
Forgettable. You know?
I forget. I
Can you
forgot
sing
what it
it?
sounds like. No, I can't. I don't remember what it sounds
Do you
like.
remember what it sounds like?
Girl, no.
I'm really trying to, guys, I have no memory of what it sounds like.
Here,
I've listened, oh yeah.
let's play it for the
Can you
viewers.
get copyright?
No. Like the production's good. Yeah, I don't mind it, but it's one of those where I'm like, maybe it's because it's at the end of the album that I'm
Yeah.
like, I could go without it. And I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't wow me like the others do.
That's so fair.
So true.
But so what are y'all's thoughts like compared to his other albums? Like, do y'all feel like this is his best one, or do you feel like he's got better ones?
Definitely has better.
Definitely has better.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that because here, y'all go first, actually.
I mean, like his first album was peak.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And I feel like as his albums go on, well, his first album wasn't a radio record. And so I feel like he was just like, oh, okay, let me do something different. So then he started doing bops, which were fine. Like, I love me some bops, but I also love me some depth. And I'm not getting depth, or maybe I am, but I can't figure out what's happening.
Right.
And so I'm kind of just like, does Harry know what's happening either? Or is he just like in the studio, just like throwing stuff together?
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I think his first few albums were very like vocalized centered. It showed his vocals and his range too, I would even say. However, his like new stuff, like this most recent album, is very synthy and very full of all this different kind of music that it doesn't highlight his vocals anymore.
No.
And
No, it doesn't.
like,
yeah.
I was really kind of upset. Like, if you think about the song Sign of the Times, for example,
Don't even talk to me about that song.
we're all gonna crash out.
I
Like,
love that song.
that's a song that's like, wow,
Just
that
stop
highlights.
you crying, it's a sign of the times.
Yeah, I guess we looked that up.
Gotta
Okay,
get
Harmony?
away. All right.
No, but like for real, like that song's like, wow, like, you know, game changer. I don't feel like there's a single song on this album that's like, that's his vocal range, that 8 down, that's Harry Styles, you know?
There's like no song I feel like that you can like sit down with and be like, oh my gosh, I'm just overwhelmed because this is just
Right.
majestic. You know what I mean?
I think two out of all of his albums that he's made, Harry's House and, I mean, obviously, all of his albums have like made me go, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. Like, this is great. But songs like Sign of the Times exist, and so does Matilda, and so does like all of these other really good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you realize, Fine Line and Harry's House have a very similar vibe to them, at least in my opinion. And I think after his debut, he realized, I like the rock vibe, but like I kind of want to tap into something more like bloomy, you know?
Right.
That's how that's how I would describe it.
That's a great way of putting it.
And Fine Line was very much like, I picture listening to it on like a bright, sunny picnic
Yes.
day or something.
Yes.
And this completely opposite of that in Harry's House. Harry's House, I also felt like I could be listening to music on like an afternoon, like having afternoon tea or something.
Yes.
But for this, I'm like, this is so different because I could listen to this in like a club or something, I feel like.
Exactly.
And like, it's not even a bad album, but part of me is like, this isn't very much like not the style that he's gained for himself for his
No.
reputation
Right.
as
And
a
that-
solo artist.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me think like, are we just saying that it's a good album because it's Harry Styles? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which like,
it's a good question. I mean,
I think there is such thing as artists making great music and good albums, but it's also okay to be like, it's great, but it's not their style that they have set for their reputation.
not where he thrives, you know?
Right.
I also don't love how his lyrics are just really hard. Like we were talking about earlier with season 2 weight loss. Like
yeah,
we can't decipher this, you know?
Right.
And at least with his first album, it's like, oh, I know exactly what you're saying and I can relate to this. And so it's almost like, okay, that's weird though, because that album didn't really sell super well.
Right.
right.
But it was like the one where it's like the meaning is like right there for you. So maybe like people don't want deep stuff. Maybe they
Well,
just want,
And like going off of that, it's not a bad thing again to make super complex lyrics and like,
No.
because like not related to Harry, but albums like Folklore and Evermore,
Exactly.
and
For someone
those
to say
were
it, yeah.
phenomenal. But there's also a happy medium to be found with.
Exactly, yeah.
You can write simpler lyrics and still get a powerful and impactful message across to your viewers and listeners. And I feel like anymore now, artists, they've started being like, oh, I've got to make it more complex with each album I
Exactly,
make,
yeah.
or my fans are going to like stop listening to me because it's not more complex, or it's not just as complex as it was before.
right.
And so for him, his lyrics have always been easy for me to interpret. And
Right.
so this album, I'm like, I'm having to sit down and think about it a lot more.
Right.
But
And
I
when I,
don't
listen
know.
to music, personally, maybe I'm like one of the only. I don't really like to think that much. Call me crazy. Now with like you said, like Folklore and Evermore, I do like to kind of
Right.
take it apart, annotate it almost in a way, because it's like very like heavy with metaphors.
Right.
This, I don't know if it was heavy with metaphors. I just kind of thought it was confusing. Like I had to look up what's this song about because I couldn't fully like understand what it was like trying to say.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, I feel like there's definitely a difference between songs that are complex and like they do have this like really deep meaning that whenever you figure it out, you're like, oh my word, like that.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Like songs like Little Freak exist, and I resonated with that song for some reason for so long, because it was like the lyrics say, I was just thinking about who you are. Guys,
Makes me
had me in
emotional.
shambles when
Tears
I
in my
first listened to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally had me in shambles. So is Matilda. Matilda
yes.
is devastating.
It's a skip in the fact that I just can't listen to it because I'll cry. Like if I like need to cry, I'm like Matilda will be playing, but like otherwise, it's just so emotional. But there's not like a song like that on this album. I feel like for me,
No,
Yeah.
there's not.
And like how I know how I personally know that an album is not like sticking with me or it's not wowing me is when I sit there and I'm like, yeah, it's a good album. Mm-hmm. And that's all I can say about it.
Right.
Nothing like, oh my gosh, I love this about this album and I loved how he did this and I loved how he did this. Like with Folklore, going back to Folklore, I loved how she made a whole love story within a whole track and it was a love triangle. And I love good storytelling within an album. And like, maybe there's storytelling in this that we're just not picking up on.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he did talk about in an interview how in the 3 years that he took off from after tour, like the years that he went MIA before this, he learned how to like rest and he learned how to like be a person again and not just somebody who's surviving on fumes and energy and all the things. Mm-hmm. And so maybe he's manifesting that through the music, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard to know because we can say like, oh my gosh, Harry obviously didn't put any work into this. You know, you could say that, but like, you don't know for sure, obviously. But it's just interesting because that's just not what I would expect from somebody who has been alone for so long. And then you get this like, almost like, it's so layered that it's like confusing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, I think about songs like Sign of the Times, From the Dining Table, Meet Me in the Hallway.
Yeah.
Me just listing all of his first songs that
I mean,
he ever
even
released.
like Falling, you know, like that, like that's a fan favorite. Everyone knows that kind of.
Falling, Fine Line itself.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Then Matilda, Little Freak, like Boyfriends, like maybe he's just happy now.
I was gonna say like maybe we're the problem because we're always like those sad songs, man. But like he is just
because I talked.
Maybe
about
we're
this.
just being ops.
Maybe so. Like I literally was talking to somebody about this when The Life of a Showgirl came out.
Yeah,
I didn't like the album. I'm like, this is like too millennial for me.
Yeah, well, because her last one with Tortured Poets Apartment, like, oh my gosh, so crushing. Crazy great metaphors,
right?
But I think also I've always said sadder music is easier to like express your emotion,
right?
When you're happy, that great, like be happy, be joyful. However, like expressing that through music is a lot more difficult, I feel like, you know?
And so like my question is like, is this his style or is he like just going with like the trends? Because I feel like disco vibe music maybe isn't the trend, but it's becoming like a thing again.
I agree.
Because it's like songs I feel like I would hear at like a party or a club, and like songs like by Zara Larsson, for example, are coming back. Yeah. And those I'm like, I could definitely hear that being played at like a club or something.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, also, you know, like Jack Antonoff?
Yes.
Like all like how his like music sounds, and I'm coming back to the synth again. I'm really passionate about this synth, bro. But like the synth and like the beats and like how it sounds, it's very much in right now for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's how his music is. And so I do feel like this isn't really his style, but I do think he's going more with a trend.
Yeah. And like it's not a bad thing to switch up the style, but when you make 2 albums in a row that fit a certain vibe and a certain style, and then you go completely in this direction, I mean, naturally people are it's Harry Styles, and I feel like no matter like how long he's been famous, people are always going to be like, this is the best album he's ever made. Like, I've seen people say, dare I say, this is his best one. But they said that about the last one.
Right. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know. I have like so many thoughts on it.
I mean, just going back to like, he did an interview for Fine Line that I watched, and he was talking about how like Harry Styles didn't get really played on the radio. And so like I'm wondering if that is kind of like his baseline, like Harry Styles is kind of like his baseline, like what he really loves to do, but that's not bringing in, you know, not that he needs the cash, like he doesn't, he's Harry Styles, but like that's not bringing in the big tours and, you know,
that is a good question.
It's like trying to give the fans what they want, kind of.
Exactly.
And like as a music artist, I feel like that's naturally part of your job is I'm going to give the fans and viewers and listeners what they want and what they're wanting. But also like me personally, I would be like, I'm going to write what is best for my style and my voice.
Right.
And I feel like this album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I was surprised when I saw the album cover and I said, this is very different than what he's done before. And I don't know. I think he's branching out, but maybe like don't do it again.
It's interesting too, because I feel like even honestly, all 3 albums up to this point, like I feel like I've gotten to know like a layer of him kind of that I didn't before. And this one, I feel like he's not giving us anything. Like we really don't know where his head is at. Like it's just
it seems to me like he tapped into more of production with this album than vocals and like maybe more lyrics too. But the first thing I noticed when Aperture came out was this sounds very synthy. This sounds very like something I would hear again playing through a really loud bass speaker at a club or something.
Did I even say like a mall?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I could probably hear like season 2 Weight Loss being played in the mall or something.
Yeah.
Which that's like kind of sad to me, you guys, because it's Harry Styles. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't really hear like
you don't want him to be like your
mall, you know?
Yeah. You don't want him to be like your little background music that you're just playing while you're studying or walking around the mall or whatever, you know.
I think that's like also why like artists should stick to what they're passionate about making, because I think like you can see the difference. Not saying he's not passionate about this, like he totally could be, but at the same time I think you can see the difference between like his like the first albums he had and how he was a lot more like vocal and like had his like those like on like, you know, like the main thing. And so I just think seeing like the difference of like having a, if we were saying he is more passionate about what he first released, you can see how it's compared to like what he wants his fans to have.
Right.
I think also like what you're talking about, he's leaning more in production. I mean, like his voice is just, it's so beautiful, and I feel like he's almost like not using it in the way he could. Like just like his raw vocals are insane, and we're not getting any of that. You know, if I want to hear Harry doing a run, you know, I have to Google like 2015 Harry, and like, you know, go to a random concert. And it's just like, I don't know. I just really enjoy that kind of thing.
Well, and like I saw him in concert in 2021 and I got to hear him. I got to hear him live. And so after that, I'm like, my expectations are always going to be high when it comes to his vocals and all the things. And so, I mean, like, I think it was Are You Listening Yet? He's speaking pretty much the whole time.
Oh my gosh,
we're just getting tiny little tidbits. And I'm like,
I was like,
Harry, like, your voice blesses the world. Right. What are you doing?
Like he's kind of reading poetry, like spoken word. Is that what it is? Or like
I
spoken?
know.
It almost sounds like he's borderline rapping, but not.
It's slow.
Yeah.
Like when I first started listening to it, I was driving and I was like, I feel like I'm listening to a podcast. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, you know,
podcast with Harry.
Hey, I mean,
that'd be fire if we could get him on a podcast.
And there's an extra seat right there. So
Harry, there's an extra seat if you need one.
It's waiting for you.
Harry, your seat.
Us
at the dining table
with the mic off.
Just offering that after literally bashing his new album.
Like, it's so bad. Hey, you know.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Hey, Harry, there's an extra seat if you want one. But yeah, me personally, I think we've all agreed on this. I think he's definitely going more with what his fans want rather than sticking to his true like style that he's established for the last like 5 years.
Right.
And a part of me doesn't know how to feel about that because I have like kind of not grown, but like I've seen him like progress over the last couple of years since his first solo album. And like the first one was great again. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then he did Fine Line. And I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely like his style. And I'm like, this is it. And then he did Harry's House. I was like, oh, he's keeping it going. Like I admired him, and I still do, but I admired him for his consistency in keeping his style the same. And so when I heard Aperture, I was like, this is going to be a completely different vibe. And I just know it.
Right.
And a part of me still doesn't know how to feel about it. I'm like, part of me is like, oh, yay, something new. And then some part of me is like, I don't know how I feel about it.
Is Harry doing okay?
That's the question of the hour.
That is the question of the hour.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I even feel like his like Harry House album, it was a bit of a step away from like Fine Line.
Oh, yeah.
And his Harry Styles album, I mean his debut, but like it's just completely like different. Like I thought it was gonna be like maybe a bit more of a step away. It just feel like full force, like we're out of here, kind of different. So I wasn't expecting it, but I mean, it's a change.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe, again, there's a lot of like maybes and what ifs, but like maybe we're just not big fans of change. I know I'm not. And I'm like what I'm comfortable with. So,
Yeah.
but.
I mean, do you have any like insane hot takes about it? Because I feel like you had one,
Me?
Sasha.
Oh.
I mean, my hot take is, I'm just wondering, is Harry okay? You know?
Right.
Right, yeah.
And was he on something when he created this album? Because that is very typical of artists.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know.
I like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say I mean, I've already said it, but like my very hot take is like, this is not his best album.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but I feel like it will sell. It'll sell.
Oh, it definitely will still sell because people love him so much.
Because of his name meaning, and I feel like that's a little problematic, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I'm a huge Harry Styles fan, but if you're not making quality work, at some point you're just kind of like, okay, love you as a person, love you, but like,
Right.
I feel like we could get something more from this.
Yeah.
But then again, it can all go back to maybe he's just happy now. Maybe he is.
He is.
But then I
maybe
look
he's
at the
vibing.
lyrics and I'm like, it sounds happy, and it's like, yes, upbeat, but then I'm like, the lyrics don't always seem happy.
And also,
Right.
there's nothing, like I said earlier, there's really nothing about him. Like,
Right.
like there's nothing. It's always like I thought it was interesting because he just says you a lot, and he
Like,
doesn't
who's
really
talking
talk about himself. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's definitely like how it sounds is the aesthetic for right now. So I do think it'll sell.
yes,
Dare I say, it might even grow on me. I'm like a person
yeah.
that like Life is a Showgirl. I liked it from the beginning, but I was like, I'm not that crazy about it. I'll catch myself listening to it often. Like it grows on you. So I think this might be one of those albums that's like it's gonna grow on me kind of thing, But
This album will probably like 100% grow on me, and at one point I'm gonna be obsessed with it by the time everybody's done being obsessed with it.
Right.
Because that's just how my brain works with every album I listen to.
I feel like if it was released during the summer though, it might have been more successful.
That
'Cause
is
it is
true.
like
That's
a roll
so
the windows
true.
down kind of
But
album.
it is incoming spring though.
This is
Yeah.
true.
So
And when Fine Line was released, it was just it's so like summery, you know, and so you're just like, oh my gosh, I could just drive around with the windows
Right.
down and it's sunny.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if it had something to do with that too. But
yeah. Well, that's all I have.
I think it's pretty goated-ish overall.
I think there's something we're supposed
and that's our thoughts on Harry Styles' new album.
Thanks
Huzzah.
guys for watching the Silver Pen, and
Yes.
come back next week.